back to my channel. So today I have a really exciting video. So you would have already seen by the title, but I bought a Nuna Pram. So as you guys know, maybe a couple months ago, I can't remember exactly, but a little while ago I bought a Nuna capsule. It's the Nuna Click Plus. I've been looking and trying to find the pram that I have wanted, and I finally found it. So this is it. So it's the Nuna Mixx Next Pram, which is what I have been trying to find, but it's not just the Nuna Mixx Next Pram that I've been trying to find. It's the Nuna Mixx Next in the timber color. I finally found it that wasn't like 2 hours away. All of the ones I looked at were like in like Sydney area, and were like $900, $800. So it definitely wasn't in my price range, but was definitely too far away for me. Like, it's just not worth to travel that far to get it. But luckily I found one that was only about 30-40 minutes away, maybe a little bit longer. And it was cheaper than $900, $800. I will not lie, I have already had a little bit of a play around with it and spoke to some friends and everything about it because I was just so excited. I am ready to show you a little bit about it. I will also show you how I am going to clean it. This is not a professional cleaning video or review video on this. This is just my opinion and my experience, I guess, with the pram and the cleaning part of it. I will say when I received it and seen it in person, it was a lot dirtier than I thought it was from in photos. Like, with a good clean and wash, it should come up pretty good. So if you don't know what the timber color is, it's pretty much like a beigey type color, kind of like an aesthetic color. So this is the color. It's probably not going to show up too well, but you can kind of see it there. Figuring it out a little bit and showing friends and everything because I'm just so in love with it and so excited about it. But I remembered that I was going to be filming this, so that's why I picked up the camera. The photos, it didn't look too bad. It actually looked in really good condition, which it is. It's just a little bit grubby. So as you can see, it is a little bit grubby on the hood and even like on the underside. I don't know if you can really tell in this lighting. In person it definitely looks a lot worse. Okay, sorry, the camera stopped filming. Yeah, you can just see that there's just a little bit of stain everywhere. It's just food stains. The basket is just as bad, worse actually than the seat. Like, there's just some crumbs and everything. Like, in my opinion, I just feel like you should at least vacuum it. If you don't want to give it a good cleaning, at least vacuum it before selling it. But I'm going to give you guys a bit of a look at it. Like, I'll give you a good rundown of it. Maybe once I've washed it and everything, so I can go out in natural light and show you everything. So I might do that. One last thing before my camera goes flat. It did also come with this liner as well, for the seat. So this is one side of the liner, and then the other side is the rainbow pattern. This is the brand of it. Obviously I'm not going to be using this seat a whole lot. I did get this for the reborns, but my niece will probably sit in this seat because I will eventually sell the Strider. I'm going to wash this as well and just chuck it in, and then I will probably just put it in here just to help protect like this fabric whilst my niece uses this, and then once she outgrows it, I'll probably end up selling this just because I'm not going to need this anymore. But it did come with it, so it is nice to have, I guess. Yeah, I'll probably just put it in there just as like a protected thing, and to make it look a little bit cuter when my niece is in there. I brought this, which I am scared it's the wrong one. It's the Pippa series, which this isn't a Pippa. Well, so I'm scared that I brought the wrong one on accident. But I got this secondhand as well. It was brand new. I literally opened it in the car and it was still stuck. Like, I was wondering why I couldn't open it, but it was because it was brand new and it was still stuck. Like, it hadn't ever been opened. So it's literally brand new, still in the packaging, as you can see. I need to pull it out and test it out. Okay, so you're sitting on the Nuna capsule at the moment, so I apologise for your angle. It's the ring adapter for the Nuna Mixx. But it says it's the Pippa series one. On top it comes with this like card thing. Don't mind the dog. It just says share your adventure, #MyNuna. It's just like a little card thing, I guess, that they put in there. It comes with a little like booklet. This is the ring adapter. We're just going to take it out and I'm going to try it on the Nuna. I know it's going to fit. I just don't know if the capsule itself is going to fit on it, so I'm a little worried. Hooks in. There we go. There we go. Oh, there we go. So that goes in. Is it the right way? Okay, I figured it out off camera, but it's definitely the correct one, which I'm so glad and happy that it is the correct one and not the wrong one. I figured it out off camera, but I have a few seconds to quickly show you before it's like dinner time. To take it off the ring adapter, there's a little button here that you press in. That's like a memory button, I guess. And then you press that in and lift it off at the same time. I had it on the wrong way at first, and that's why I wouldn't click in the capsule, I mean. But so the higher bit of the ring adapter goes at the back. To take it off, it's just this button here and the other button on the other side in the exact same spot at the same time to pull it out. So these buttons at the same time and then pull it out, and then it's easier to put it back in to push the buttons in as well, get it lined up and in, and then it can click in. Oh. There we go. It's so fun. So I'm sitting down here and I am going to wash it. So tonight is the 24th, it's Thursday. I work tomorrow and I work Saturday. So I want to quickly get this washed tonight so it can dry over like tomorrow and possibly Saturday. I don't know how long it's going to take to dry. Might not have time to put it back together until Sunday anyway. So if it's going to take the 2 days to dry, then that's fine. I'm just sitting down here trying to figure out how to take it all off. We have care instructions here and like wash instructions on like the bottom, on like the footrest bit. I'm assuming these are like clip bits, but I'm not entirely sure. But I don't want to break anything, so I'm just trying to... Oh yeah, there we go. So they're like a little like clip like that, and then there's another one on the other side, so I'm gonna undo that one and slip that over. Press that button there. It's like under the fabric, and then you pull this out at the same time, and that removes like bumper bar, belly bar thing, whatever you want to call it, button, and then you can pull it out like that. There we go. I did do it with one hand. I will quickly mention right now, the one thing that I wish this pram had was a swivel bar. This doesn't swivel. The Strider one swivels, and I love the swivel bar, but this one doesn't swivel. If you don't know what a swivel bar means, it basically just means that like once you undo one side of your bar, the other, like, it'd be able to swim like 360, so you can move it like wherever you want. Whereas this one, you remove it, it can only go like up that way, like it can't go in any other direction. Just removed the pad for the buckle pad. It was kind of a pain to get off. It didn't like take too long, but like it was a bit of like a struggle, so I just wanted to show you and share my experience. But basically inside of like this little bit, like there's a little bit of an like elastic, if you can see there. It's really dirty, isn't it? Elastic right there, and basically this was up through the elastic. Now the elastic can only obviously stretch so much, and it's restricted underneath this thing, which makes it a little bit more difficult. So when it's on here, the elastic's like over top of this, so it was a little bit of a struggle to like squeeze it through, and you do get there eventually. It's just a struggle. So I've taken out this, which is the back bit of the seat, and then also this bit, which is the like bum bit of the seat. It was really easy and simple to take out. They were kind of just sat in there. I just vacuumed it as much as I could, and then it died on me, so this is where we're at. It kind of already looks better even just being vacuumed. So I've just been sat here for probably the past, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe, 5-10 minutes, trying to figure out how to get like this bit unattached from this bit. Obviously you can tell that I figured it out, but it took me a little while to figure out how to actually get it out. Originally I was just taking off the whole clamp, which you don't need to do, but if you ever do need to take off the whole clamp, there's a button here on the clamp that you just push in, and it will remove your clamp, but leave your clamps in. To bring this forward, because it was like inside this little hole here, so I needed to be able to bring it forward so I could pull this part out. And I was sitting here, I got a card, and I was trying to use a card to pull it forward, but it just wasn't strong enough. And at first I tried to use scissors, but the scissors were too wide to fit in there to pull it forward, and I didn't want to scratch it up or anything, so I stopped using that and went to the card, but it didn't work. Anyways, I was like, well, what if I went through the back way, because that would make sense, and push it through, because that would just make so much. So I tried it over here, and I put it back in so I could show you how to do it. Now, I'm not sure exactly how you're going to be able to see it, but you can kind of see that there's like a little bit of like a hole type thing, like right there. I don't know if you'd be able to that, but then you can see that there's something in it, which is what's stopping it from coming out, which that is what you need to push through. There we go. Like that. So now you can just thread your rod out of your hood, which is what I'm going to go do right now. So I'm going to continue to do some things off camera, and then I'll show you what I did. Okay, sorry, I'm filming a lot more than what I expected. So these side bits here have buttons. There's two, one there and one there. I undid them. Same on the other side. You can see them better there. There's just two buttons that you just undo. I threaded the buckle through, so now that's through, and this bit here is completely detachable pretty much, almost. Apart from just a few things under here that I have to figure out. There is probably a video on YouTube on how to do this, but I'm trying to figure this out as much as I can by myself. So with these pieces right here, I apologize if there's heaps of bits that are like cut out. My camera is, that's just what my camera is doing at the moment. So what you do is you pull it and you kind of fold the top bit up, and then be able to like push it through the little section super easily. Okay, so this one wants to go under, but whichever way you can fold it, that's the thinnest. Super easy like that, so you don't have to struggle with putting it through when it's super thick. Okay, anyway, let's see where that leads us to. So that takes that whole section there off. So there was one on this, which goes on the outermost side, and one on the other side, which would go probably on the outermost side on the other side as well. This is where the other two come from, which would be the ones that are on the innermost, I'm going to assume. Okay, so I've hit a bit of a dilemma. So basically, so you have this bit of the fabric, yeah? This bit is still all connected onto this bit of the rod. But in order to access that rod, it's like all the way up here somewhere. But you need to be able to get the fabric up that far to get to it. But you can't take the fabric off, because in order to take the fabric off, you have to undo that rod bit. But you also can't take the hood all the way off, because you need to undo this hood, this rod to thread the hood through. So then that gives you another bit of a dilemma. So basically it's another one of these, like I was showing you earlier, where you have to like get in there to like push whatever you need to pull it out. But it's just in such an awkward position, like I can't do three things at once. Because basically I would need to hold the fabric up, I would need to push the thing in. Yeah, so I'd need to push the thing in, but then I'd also need to pull the rod at the same time to pull it out. I will say, on the back I have removed some little like buckles. So there's one here that unbuckled over onto here. And then I believe there was, yeah, one more up here that I unbuckled as well. Which with the wash, I'm just going to put it in the washing machine as normal. I'm not going to spray any stain remover stuff or anything in sections, just in case it does something to the fabric. So I'm just going to chuck it in normal and just wash it. Also with the hood, don't forget to unzip the extended part if you're washing with me, just so it washes that bit as well. Hopefully everything comes out with just that wash. But if not, I will soak it and add some stain remover stuff to it. I'm just trying to avoid soaking if I can, just because it obviously is a little bit more effort. It will just be hung on a drying rack inside, not outside in the sun or anything. And if you are drying it outside, put it in the shade so it doesn't get sun fade. It's currently Sunday night. I am going to finally get to wiping the frame down and the seat down. The basket, I have discovered, cannot actually completely come off. There are certain sections that can come off, but the whole thing actually can't due to this bar like rod thing here. So I have to put it all back together, because I started pulling everything off that could come off and then got to this bar and it cannot come off. So that is a little disappointing, because I would have liked to have been able to wash it. It's not too big of a deal. I'm not too worried about it because it's not super dirty. I'll just give it another good vacuum once I've put it back on properly. And if there are any sections on here that do have like little markings or stains, I'll just hand wipe it. Like there are little sections here that I might need to like wipe down with a cloth or even a baby wipe if that would get it off. So you can see how much like dirt build up and everything is built up like over there. The break, yeah. Like it's not terrible obviously, but it's also not the cleanest. The framing isn't too bad, but it does need a good wipe down. It's the seat that's going to be probably take the longest to actually clean, because I have to get into like every single nook and cranny if I can, because it's everywhere. The pram frame, because it's not too bad, you can just kind of see like the wheels are a bit dirty, and down here where you'd be like putting the brake and that on a bit dirty. I've just made up soap and water solution type thing, so it's literally just water with dish soap. Just finished wiping down the frame of the pram. I still need to do the wheels, but I'm going to do them last. I'm going to take them all off, clean them, and then I am going to put them on a tea towel to dry overnight. But yes, I did just get finished wiping down and cleaning the pram. I'm not sure if I got everything. I honestly don't think I'm going to be able to get everything. I'm onto the seat, and I just wanted to give you a quick like before shot. Is the seat, you can see it is quite like dirty. It's pretty much the same on that side as well, but you just can't really see it because of the shadows. And basically just wipe it all down, and hopefully it's not going to take me too long, but yeah. And I'll like, yes, it's like all in there. Yeah, and see like even in there, like where this would go in is like dirty. So I just got finished cleaning everything. You can see that the wheels are off. I am going to show you how I took them off in a second, but I just wanted to quickly show you kind of the after of the seat. So I just have the seat sitting kind of like in the bottom here. I'm going to put the fabric back on tomorrow, and I'm also going to try my niece out in it tomorrow. The reason these are under here is because I have no other spot to put them. That's not going to be in the road in my room. And then that's why I've kind of put the seat there in that situation, because limited space. So to take the back wheels off, bigger ones, so those two big ones, there's a little button underneath this part of the pram. You see, I might be able to lift it up so you can kind of see it. Kind of push that button in further toward like up this end. You push it in and then it just releases it and you can pull it off. And then obviously it's the same on the other side for the back. For the ones up the front, there's a little button here. If you just press that in, then you can just pull it off. That's really easy. I just kind of felt around to find a button, and then once I found the button I just pressed it and hoped that it pulled it off. That's how I figured that out. So it's super easy to remove them. I still haven't seen if it fits height-wise under my bed, but I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it does. So I don't have to remove the wheels. If I have to remove the wheels to store it under my bed, then I can always do. Okay, so I have the fabric back on the pram. It's all looking so good. It's all clean and nice. I'm going to just basically walk you through what I have found out since having the pram. I hope the angle is okay, and if you can see any mess in the background. No, you cannot. I'm going to go as quickly as I can because I only have so long to show you before I have to go pick my niece up from school. This is the Nuna Mixx Next pram in the timber colour. So this is the timber colour. I knew I was looking for the timber colour, which was actually hard to come across in my area. So once I finally found one for a decent price, I like jumped on it. Yeah, I just personally liked the timber colour, and I am trying to bring in more neutral colours into the nursery and just into my room in general. As you know, my nursery is technically my room, and so I knew I wanted to have like an aesthetic pram. So this is the seat facing towards you. I don't know how much you can see. I am in the living room just so you can see it a little bit better in natural lighting. This is so much lighter and easier to push than the Strider that I have found out I've only been pushing it around the house, but it is really nice to push. I can't wait to test it out. So the hood is extendable, so it just has a zip that you can just unzip it from. Unzip it and then it can extend down pretty far, so that is really good. On the back here, I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but it does have a little bit of a peekaboo window here, which is magnetic on both sides. So the Strider one has a magnetic one as well, but it's only magnetic on the closed side. It's not magnetic on the open side, which is pretty neat. Alright, and I'm going to use my phone to try and get little bits of footage for you that might be like close up. It comes with the belly bar, obviously in the brown leather, which I love the brown leather on the handle and on the belly bar. So to put the belly bar in, it just kind of goes down in here. So they just clip in to the side there. Alright, so I flipped this seat around just so I can show you the inside and the belly bar a little bit better. So this is the belly bar. It can, by the buttons on this side here, and there's one on the other side as well. If you push them in at the same time, you can lower it down to there. This is where it clicks in the middle, and then you can also put it up that far. Footrest here can go down. Again, it's got similar buttons on this side. Put them in on either side at the same time, and you can lower it down like so. And then just to put it back up is to pull it up, and it can also go all the way up like this. To remove the belly bar, it does have a little button on the side here. It is stitched out into a circle into this fabric, so you can kind of tell, but just push that in and pull out. I will say the one thing I dislike about this pram is it doesn't have a swivel bar, which if you guys don't know what a swivel bar is, it basically means that this goes like this would spin around in a 360 direction, whereas it can't. It can only go up to this point, which can make it a little bit difficult. It just means it gets in the road more, whereas if it was a swivel bar, you'd be able to swivel it around and just put it down next to you. It does have a 5-point harness, meaning that it has your over shoulder strap and then your waist strap. They just interlock into each other, and then you put it into your main piece here, and it clicks in like that. Love myself a 5-point harness. The Strider has one as well. So to remove this seat, obviously it can go forwards, which this is it facing forwards. Remove the seat under, these are like little handles. Under here there's a button at the back on either side. If you push them in at the same time and just pull up, it releases the seat and you can change the direction or pull it all the way off. So if I just swiveled this around and then just lined it up and placed it back in, now it is faced towards me, which I personally love it facing towards me. Now the reason I switched it around is because it's easy to show you the reclines. So this has, I believe, 3 reclines, but we'll just test it out. So this is it sitting all the way up as far as it can go, and this is it at the second recline, which is laying down but not completely flat. And then the third recline is a little bit more flatter, pretty much all the way flat. So that's pretty much all I can really say about this seat. It's pretty self-explanatory. So it has 3 height options for the handlebar. This is it on its lowest option. Quite a tall pram, but I am also really short. So this is it on its lowest option. It has little buttons. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it has little buttons on the inside of it that you just press in, and then you can raise it up. So this is it at the second height level or at the top height level. So I will quickly show you the fold for it with the seat on. The fold is just this button here. Now there's one on both sides, but just to kind of show you here. So you pull this up on both sides and then you push it forward. So pull up, push forward, and then it will go down. And then you put the safety latch on, which is just this down here. Pull up and that will lock it into place and everything will be good. You can lay this flat. To put it back up, you just release your safety back up. It can be a little bit tricky because facing this way, because the hood does get a little bit stuck, just by using this at the back here, which is your recline lever. Okay, so now it's facing forward. I'm going to show you the fold for this one. You can push the seat all the way folded, all the way forward, and then fold it down that way. And then put your safety lock in, and that is the fold for that. Pretty small fold. It's definitely smaller width-wise than the Strider. To put a capsule onto the Mixx, you will need the ring adapter. So this is the ring adapter. The bit that is slightly slanted up more than the other, so this side goes facing away from you, if that makes sense, and that just clicks in like so. Once you have that clicked in, you will grab your capsule and basically just sit your capsule in until it clicks. That is now clicked in. You don't need to put this back, although if you wanted to you can, but it's already clicked in, so that has nothing to do with it. I know on the Strider you do have to put this bar all the way back for it to click in. Not on the Nuna, it's already clicked in and pretty stable. So to remove this from base, the ring adapter, to take it off, there is a button at the back here on the ring adapter. You push that in. Now that is a memory button, meaning that once you push that in, you don't have to hold it in for it to work. You can just push that in once and then go to the next thing that you need to do, which is on the actual capsule. It's just a little button up here that you push in, and then once you push that in, lift up at the same time, and that lifts your capsule off of the ring adapter. Now to remove your ring adapter from the Pram, it's the button on this side and the same button on the other side. Push in at the same time, release. Really easy. You can fold the Pram with the ring adapter on if you didn't want to take it off. So again, same folding mechanism, just with the ring adapter on. Even tell you one of the most important things. The wheels are foam filled, they are not air filled, which is really nice. And the brake is just a foot brake, just pushing it on and lifting it off. Now the basket is still something that I'm exploring. I haven't looked too much into the basket, but it is a pretty decent sized basket. It cannot come off to be washed or anything like that, so just ignore the crumbs that I still need to vacuum out of it. So something very cool about this basket is it has a separator, or like a divider. So you can push this up and that gives you two sides to store things a little bit easier, organize your bottom basket, things like that. It also has a little zipper at the back here that you can store things in as well, which is super nice. So just to kind of show you the difference in space between them with the divide open, this bit is a lot larger than this section. I feel like it's a really decent size actually. I love the little zipper compartment here. I plan to get a rain cover for this Pram eventually, so I will probably definitely store it in the basket all of the time, just so I know that I have it with me all of the time. It's a super tall Pram, but it's super nice and I absolutely adore it. I don't know if you can even see Hudson in here very well, but he is in here and he looks super cute. I believe that is pretty much everything that I have to tell to you about this Pram and to show you. Yeah, you know what I haven't tried out with this Pram actually is the Dream Drape with it on the Pram, so let's quickly try that out. If you don't know how to use the Dream Drape on the capsule, you can check out the video. But it's got a zipper, kind of like the extended hood bit on the Pram, and then you just pull out the Dream Drape and it magnetizes onto the side of the capsule. But super cute, and you can have one side on, the other side up, or down, one side down, other side up, if the sun is on one side. So I just realized that the lighting was probably really bad, so I apologize. But if you haven't seen the video of me changing him into this outfit, go check it out. I'm literally obsessed with this Pram, and it's just so nice. Like, it's so smaller, like width-wise and everything. I'm definitely gonna have to compare them, so maybe I'll do, like, show you the comparison of them over on my Instagram or on the community page as well, so you can see the difference between a Nuna Mixx and a Strider. Oh my gosh, literally obsessed. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a quick close-up of the seat since I do have a little bit of time to show you. This is the Pram. It looks super, super good. Don't mind how bright it is. But love it. Love the brown accents. That's something I definitely wanted along with the timber color. So definitely love it. This is the belly bar that I showed you, and this is the button down here that I was talking to you about. That is the button inside the fabric to press to remove the belly bar on both sides. And then this is the button here to adjust, again holding it down on both sides. And then again there's a button there to move up and down the footrest here. The hood along with the nice magnetic peekaboo hole. It does have a inner zipper, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. It does have an inner zipper to put like a mozzie net or anything like that on it. Again, the 5-point harness. You've got your shoulder strap covers and your waist ones. Again, they go in together and then go into your main one. This is the only stain that got left from washing it, but I'm not too worried about it. It shows up a lot more on camera than it does in person. So it does go down really far, which is super nice. Again, the wheels are foam filled, not air filled, and you can kind of see the difference now that they have been cleaned. This is the little handles that you use to take the seat off, and that is the button that you press on either side. These are the buttons here to either side, again pushing in to adjust the height of the handlebar. This is your little lever to move the seat up and down, which I don't think I showed you the reclines with it facing forward. So this is that. That's it pretty much laying all the way down. Or it is all the way down, sorry. And then this is it. Like half sitting up and then fully sitting up. Brake. There's a foot brake on and off. This says Nuna. The back of the seat also does have this little mini pocket here. This is mesh as well. I also thought I would show you a close-up of the fold. So when the seat is facing forward, fold the seat forward as far as it goes like this. Use your buttons here that you pull up on both sides to release it and push forward to fold it down. Once it's folded down, pull your safety, and then that is it folded, and it's a pretty decent small fold, which is really nice. And then again, to lift it back up, undo your safety and then pull it back up and put the seat back into this position. This is when you are folding the seat with it facing towards you. Laid the seat completely flat and then folded it down. It's not much of a difference than it facing forwards, but it just looks a bit different. Just quickly again, this is the ring adapter on. So you have your button here and the button on the other side to release it. This is your memory button for when you are taking the capsule off. So this is what locks part of the capsule in. This is it folded with the ring adapter on. This is the button that you push in once after you push the memory button, release and pull out at the same time. But yeah, literally obsessed. So glad that I purchased this because literally obsessed. But yes, here he is.